so pretty, baby. Mishka. Hi. Sleepy babies. Guys, there's sleepy kitties everywhere. Guess you guys don't mind that I didn't make the bed yet. What's it doing? There's a baby. Miss. Love you. Oh, you gonna hide?
Sundays always suck. Been with him for 23 years and I still cry every time he goes. It's really hard. Even though I know he'll be back. I know that he will be back in a week. And I know that he will be okay. It sucks when he has to go. And I miss him. I have to try to look on the positive side of everything because that's the person that I have decided to be. Because I have grown. And I am thankful that I have a husband who I love this much after 23 years of being together. So, hey, yeah, I'm crying and I miss him. But at least I have a relationship that is so good that it is painful to be away from him. So now that I've gathered myself a little bit, what have I done right this week? Well, I have been moving every day. I've been making an effort to get my steps in, and that's something. I'm still working on portion control, which I've been hitting the portion control pretty heavy the past couple months. So I'm about 2 months into serious portion control and weighing portions with a scale so that I don't overeat, because again, I struggle with binge eating disorder and I have for years. So what have I done right this week? I've moved my body every single day and I have done well with portion control and weighing out my portions. What have I done not so good this week? Well, I have not lifted weights once, which I know that is something I need to do. I have not worked on closing my diastasis once, which I need to do. It is a completely separate goal from moving my body to actually work on closing this diastasis and dealing with that. And it requires a completely different set of exercises. So I need to do better this coming week. And it's like a big picture thing. Even if I do well in one area, I really need to try to crack down and do better in all the areas. I need to start lifting again. I need to work on closing the diastasis. And I need to continue moving. And I need to continue tracking portions and weighing out my food and not binging on sugar and eating all the crap that's in the house. Which you might say, why do you buy those things if you have trouble with moderation? And it's because everybody else in the house does fine with moderation. And it's okay for them to have a little snack here and there. Most of our snacks are gluten-free. Because of Alistair's autism, he has been on a gluten-free, dairy-free, dye-free, a lot of free diet for a long time. And so a lot of our snacks are actually kind of healthy. They're not healthy when you binge on them and don't eat them in moderation. I've done great with my self-control the last 2 months. And I do need to keep it up. But it's just a lot. It's going to take a long time of chipping away at all these things and putting them together for a big picture solution. It's exhausting, but I am not going to give up because I've got to live longer for my kids. I've got to be healthy for my kids and for myself. I want to live as long as possible. I want to be here to see my grandchildren one day. And I need to be here for my child, who will need me the rest of his life. Because I'm a control freak, and I just, quite frankly, with all of his needs and preferences and things he has, the only other person I really trust to know how to take care of him is my husband. We're a team, and I've got to do my part to live as long as possible. My husband is in great shape. As I've aged, I feel like I've declined, and as he's aged like a fine wine. It's not fair. He looks better every single year, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to work a little harder to catch up. I'm gonna do this thing. I'm going to stay dedicated, and I'm going to stay motivated because I have to. Enough rambling, I guess. So I'm gonna do my weekly weigh-in, and don't mind my ugly toes. Please ignore them. It's embarrassing, but I have literally never had the available funds for a pedicure. I've never had one in my entire life, and I could really use one, so please ignore my ugly toes.
When I went to check the app that I record with, my weight did not register the first time, and so I did have to weigh myself again. The first time I registered as 179.6, the second time it was 179.2, and that is why the measurement on the scale in the app differ. Sometimes my scale does not pick it up the first time for whatever reason.
So I am weighing in at 179.6, which I do not understand because last week I was like 174. I have been actively working on my diet and portion control, and I have been moving more this week than I have in months. Like, way more activity. And I don't know if I'm just retaining water, if I've been eating too much salt, or if it's because I'm dehydrated, because I am notoriously dehydrated and don't drink enough water, so maybe I'm retaining water. I don't know. I don't know how I could have gained that much in a week. I've been really trying for months. But I realize that it may take time to see the results that I want. And I know that I have other things to work on, and I need to crack down. I need to drink way more water because right now I am seriously not getting the intake I need. I do probably need to cut down on salt. And also, I'm not gonna lie, I have been eating too much sugar. I've been doing great with portion control and great with my meals, but yeah, I need to not be eating oatmeal cream pies, and I get it. That's nobody's fault but my own. I need to crack down. And I really want to see results. Because again, it's about being healthy. It's not really about what I look like. I want to be healthy. I am a hot mess express. And I don't want to be that anymore. I want to be a role model. I want to be healthy. I'm juggling so much, and I'm so stressed, and I'm also only getting like 4 hours of sleep a night. So I know that they say with cortisol that it really has an effect on weight loss, and I know they say that if you don't get enough sleep, that has a lot of a negative effect on weight loss as well. But I guess I'm hoping that if I work hard enough in all of the other areas, like diet and exercise and what have you, that it will balance out. I am, as I mentioned in my last video, I am having hormonal issues. I have estrogen dominance, which I am on DIM for, and progesterone. And also I've had to cut out like microplastics, so we're working on using stainless steel, glass, things like that, because of the phthalates being estrogenic. So, I mean, I'm working on balancing my hormones. I need to work harder, and I am gonna do that. Mark my words, I'm gonna do that, by God. If I am nothing at all, I am motivated, but I am juggling a lot. And it is stressful, and it is a little overwhelming, I'm not gonna lie, but this is gonna have to be the year because I am sick and tired of feeling like this. And I'm not gonna give up. because life is too short and I want to live as much of it as I can. So, if you want to follow my journey, like, share, subscribe, comment in the comment section, but only if you're going to say something nice. I guess it doesn't matter. I don't know if I'm actually going to read comments yet. I haven't made that decision if I can handle it, if I'm thick-skinned enough yet to be reading comments, but it will definitely help the video and it will help the algorithm, I'm sure. So if you've gotten this far in the video and you want to help with some engagement, why don't you leave me an emoji of like stars in the comments to let me know that you've got this far and you're with me. And I will see you for next week's video. Bye.
Oh, the fuck is camera?
I think I'm gonna take it out of the package and just like put it at the bottom. I don't know if I ruined it, but let's continue.
Fuck my life. So because I don't have access to a gym during the week, I decided that I really need to try to get my steps in, and so that's what I'm doing. Just brought the kids outside and let them play while I walked around the yard endlessly. I ended up doing like 10 laps altogether, and I was tracking my steps during this time. When I was measuring, I did discover that 4 laps around the yard is a little over 6,000 steps, which I am tracking with a free pedometer that I downloaded on my phone since I no longer have a Fitbit. And my husband did say I could have his Fitbit, but I currently have no idea where the charger is. So for now, I am just using the phone pedometer. It seems like it works pretty well. I'm sure it's not foolproof, but I just need a general idea of the amount of steps. So the rest of the video is probably going to be pretty boring. It is just video of me walking around the yard, tracking my steps, and getting in my exercise while the kids play. It's basically just here for receipts and for accountability. Obviously, I cannot record every single day, but I'm trying to make an effort to give you an example of what I am doing on a daily basis. And this is basically it. Until I can get back in the gym and until I can declutter this house enough to access my free weights, most of the moving that I'm going to be doing is going to be just walking around outside, just trying to move more. So yeah, I mean, if you want to go ahead and exit out of the video, you can. It's not going to hurt my feelings. This is literally just footage of me walking around the yard. I hope that you will come back next week and check in for my weigh-in and, say hi. Drop a hi in the comments. Let me know how you're doing with your day. And I would love to hear about your weight loss journey and your fitness journey or your fitness struggle if you happen to be going through something similar to me. And I hope that you have an awesome week. Take care.
was a caterpillar, I would see a wild bunny and beyond.
If you what?
Do you think the same way with wild caterpillar, if I was this full wild bunny to come, it will come?
Maybe.